Alrighty, we're about 5 minutes away from the drop of the puck here this evening. I hope the stream holds up. We're just gonna pray for the best and see what happens. I'm running with a 105 fever right now, and so if I'm a little loopy, that's why. For our second matchup here this evening here on the SPL Network, presenting the Slapshot Premier League in its third season of Slapshot Rebound, we have the New Jersey Noobs taking on the West Virginia Orangutans here in the Challenger Division of SPL. If you don't know where Challenger's at amongst the main divisions of the Slapshot Premier League, there you go. We're the second highest division here in our skills conference. Of course, Pro being the top of the top. The bottom two teams of Pro play the top six of Challenger for the Challenger team to get a chance to fight into the upper division. Of course, there you go. The newer the players seem to get, but skill might change. Who's to say? There's some up-and-coming players down in the open division, namely the Hartford Wolves. Keep an eye on them throughout the next few seasons. They're going to be the next pro gamers. But if you're not familiar with the two teams out there on the ice, this is not them. This is the previous matchup. But of course, this is the slide that we're looking at. The New Jersey Noobs having Brutal, I Love Fat Chicks, and X out there on the ice for this evening's matchup between the Noobs. And then for the Orangutans, Fish, Fizz, Jabu, and Valo are locked in 4 players to finish off the remainder of the season here, as the rosters have locked last Sunday. I believe that was last night, not even 24 hours ago. But it's going to be an interesting one as we move on in through the evening on our last matchup. Right now, the standings looking a bit wonky. This is a battle for first place. Whoever wins this takes that spot with pride. Right now, the Northern Hills Voodoo coming off a victory of their own, defeating the Ontario Outliers, getting rid of that tie maker between a 3-way tie for 4th place. They've claimed their first place position, and no matter who wins this next matchup, the Voodoo unfortunately will be moving down into the 2nd spot. Of course, if the Noobs and Orangutans go into overtime, it goes more into what their matchup was, as they'll be tied for 2nd with the Voodoo. But that's if we make it into overtime, and that's a maybe. But one thing that is definite: if the Noobs win, they get first. If the Orangutans win, they get first. So it'll be interesting. Last time these two teams matched up was back on the 10th of August. Don't believe that game was casted, but all 4 Orangutans ended up playing that match. 1 goal for Fizz, 1 goal for Valo, 1 goal for Fish, tallying up their 3. The New Jersey Noobs ended up triumphing over the Orangutans 4-3. Their goal scorers of that match: X had 2, Brutal had 2. So we'll keep our eyes down there on the ice. My eyes are going to be on Brutal this match. I think he's going to come out in a big way. Right now, he has 19 goals on the season from his 8 games played. If you take out the Tampa Bay matchup, at 7 games played, 15 goals and 30 points in that matchup so far here in Season 3. Of course, X having the most goals from the New Jersey Noobs, having 19 out of his 33 goals, or 19 goals out of his 33 points here in his 7 games played for the New Jersey Noobs. It's going to be interesting as we move forward throughout the evening. But everybody really sharing the load here on the New Jersey Noobs. X having 19 goals, Brutal having 15, I Love Fat Chicks also having 15 goals on the season so far. And then for the West Virginia Orangutan, a few players you might want to watch out for here tonight, depending on who's going to play. It looks like it's going to be Fish, Valo, and Jabu. Valo's mechanical skills, very good. If you haven't seen him play before, he's confident. And in this game, whenever you have confidence and you have adequate dangling skills, it's pretty fun to watch. Valo leads the way in the terms of goals and points for his team, having 8 games played on the season. He has 29 goals, 13 assists, making up his 42 points on the season. Right behind him in the goals column is Jabu with 26. And of course, under that, it falls off a little bit. The more defensive roles, Fish having 3, Fizz having 2. But of course, Fish will be playing his 4th game of the season here tonight, as he captains the West Virginia Orangutans, maybe to a promotional spot. Right now, the Otangs, I believe last season were robbed of a pro spot, so they're looking to make this comeback here and now. They're playing their 9th game of the season, and they're looking to make it a big one. I mean, right now they're 6-2. New Jersey Noobs 6-1. Canceled matches do not count towards your standing points, but I don't see a canceled match. They're just 1 game played back. But everybody's in the lobby. But they're not on the right team, so I'm going to take this time to try and fix my slides before we get this one rocking and rolling. And I swear, if they switch sides whilst I'm in the middle of fixing my slides, I'm done. I'm just gonna go home. I don't have the color of pink I need. This is an issue. All right, I think we're ready to rock, ready to roll. Down on the ice, all 6 players ready to rock. So are we up here in the booth. Let's get this one underway with 3 periods, 5 minutes each. West Virginia on the right side, Northern Hills, or New Jersey on the left side in their pink. X looking to get this one down low promptly to start us off here in this first period of action. Good shot off the backhand of X, but able to direct this one down the near side. Jabu tries to take this board battle up against X to flex that one back over to Fat Chicks. Topside, Brutal looking to take this one downtown, but Floppafish with a good stick check, able to keep that from happening. Valor leaving this one. Brutal goes off Floppa back behind the West Virginia tank. Or, tank. I don't know where that came from. Netting, and I love Fat Chicks right out of the gate into the netting. 1-0. Noobs at an early lead. Good stick battle by X, hitting that one out in front. Fat Chicks sees that one like a donut on a Tuesday morning, eats it up. 4 minutes, 32 seconds remaining here in this first period of action, and we have a 1-0 game. Jabu topside off the stick of Brutal into the corner. Valor tries to stick this one down to the near side. Floppafish off the forehand, topside corner. Looking to bring this one back out to the neutral zone. Here's Jabu down low, finding his way to Valor. Off the forehand, shoots, he scores! And we're tied 1-1 with 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in this first period of action. Good backhand shot at a possibly 15-degree angle. And he took all that he could on that shot. Beautiful chance at that. Out in front, X having nothing but an empty net to shoot at. We are back into a New Jersey lead. Fat Chicks, good battle along the topside boards off the tip of the stick into X's pocket. And he's a happy camper, netting the second goal for the New Jersey Noobs here in the first period of action. We're not even 50 seconds into it. We've already found 3 goals. Brutal towards the top side of the ice, looking to take this one out. Jabu able to free this one up off the forehand, the backhand out in front shot. Nice save by Fat Chicks, goes down to Brutal. Hand it off down to the near side. Good pass over to Fat Chicks off the forehand. Shoot, it's the post. Comes down to the near side. Jabu able to take this one off the backhand down low. Here's Fat Chicks back in their own defensive end. Absolutely robbed from the top right corner. And Jabu's dump an attempt to return back into their own defensive end. West Virginia on the back check. Here's Floppafish topside out of his own zone down into New Jersey's. Down the near side, Brutal able to pick this one up in the pocket. Looks for X across the crease, but not quite able to find it off the back. And looks defeated out in front. Floppafish there directing traffic back behind his own net. X there with a nice stick check, trying to keep this one back for the New Jersey Noobs. Possession has been traded back and forth between Floppafish and X as this one's popped out into the defensive end for New Jersey. Here's Fat Chicks back behind their own cage, looking topside. A nice stick check from Valo. Stopping him up, throws this one down near side. Fat Chicks looking for a little bit of refuge. Finds only Jabu. Topside, here's Floppafish, banks this one off the boards. Valo here off the backhand, able to find his way down low. Here's Jabu in pursuit of this one. Up against X, down towards the top side. Finds his way leaked out to Valo. Valo up against Fat Chicks. Battle continues along the top side point of the New Jersey zone. Goes off Jabu, back into the neutral zone. Floppafish trying to take this one back down low. Jabu here off the back and shoots. It's the the near side post, brought out to Valo. Here's Brutal, down with a shot. Nice shot, but not quite able to get that one between the uprights. Floppafish off the backhand, stopped up by X out in front of his own cage. Here's Jabu trying to get a hand on this one out at the defensive point. Fat Chicks trying to advance this one down into the corner. Successfully doing so. Goes off the backside of Jabu, able to find his way to Floppafish. Bank pass topside. Here's Jabu here off the forehand. Gets this one past Brutal. Nice stick check by Fat Chicks, loosening this one up. Brutal stopped up. Jabu with a shot. Hits the top side of the cage. Brought out to the far side corner. Here's Fat Chicks with the rebound control. New Jersey Noobs still in the lead 2-1 here with 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining in the second period of action. Brutal topside off the backhand. Good shot. Floppafish there with a nice block. Keeps this one wide. Down to the near side corner. The battle continues between Fish and X. Goes over to Valo. Valo off the backhand. Stopped up by Fatchix. X getting a hand on this one. Brought over to Valo yet again. As the board battle continues down the near side. Here's Fatchix off the forehand. Stopped up by Valo. Down low. Top side. Here's X off the corner. Stopped up by Valo. Valo here with one man to beat on a 2-on-1 scenario. Looking to lob this one down to Fish. But Fish electing to stay back, leaving Jabu to go for this one. Here's Jabu down low off the forehand. Stopped up by X. Fish loosened up over to Valo. Valo here off the forehand. Stopped up by X down the near side. Here's New Jersey on the offensive side. Down into the corner. Valo, top side, finds Falapa. Falapa here loosening this one, top side corner. Jabu out at the point, looking for a pass to Valo. Not quite able to make contact. Valo looking for the panhandle, but not able to beat that one past X in time. X off the back and shoots. He scars. Only what was that? 28.28 miles an hour short of being a nice shot. And a beautiful sniper rifle from his own defensive end. New Jersey in the lead, 3-1. X here down the near side, stopped up by Jabu. Fatchix towards the top side, trying to bring this one back down into the defensive end for control. Off the backhand, stopped up by Jabu. No, out to X. X with a nice shot. Fish down low, trying to battle this one back out and around town. Here's X off Falapa down to Valo. Valo down the near side, able to get this one out. No, Brutal keeps this one down into the mix of things. Valo here off the near side, chops this one over to Jabu, banks it off the boards. Brutal picks it up, finds X. Topside boards, not quite able to beat out Valo. Valo here off the back end, trying to get a little Beyblade action. Fatchix with a shot. She shoots and scars. 72 miles an hour, cementing it into the netting, and we have a 3-goal difference. 53 seconds remaining here in this first period of action, and the West Virginia Orangutans looking to just survive the period from the onslaught of offense that the New Jersey Noobs have dished out so far this evening. Fatchix, Dangle, shoots, scores, and out go the Hats with 41 seconds remaining here in this first period of action. A beautiful pickoff, a pass out in front of his own netting, and it's a hard one to swallow. Now the difference is 4, and West Virginia just looking for an answer and looking for a way out of the tunnel right now, as there's not a whole lot of light to be shown. Fish, topside out of the zone, goes off, Valo's hit, brought over to Brutal. Brutal here off the backhand, finds his way over to Fatchix, down low in the corner. Off the forehand, out in front of his own net. Nice save by Valo. Throws this one into the topside boards. Fatchix, Brutal, down to X. X with a nice shot, not quite able to hit the cage. Fatchix here with the first touch on this one. Jabu trying to force this one free for the boys in black. Jabu, topside, forehand pass out of his own zone, goes off. Valo, good deflection chance, but not quite able to hit the netting as it goes topside. Valo finds his way down to the near side corner. Floppa trying to return that favor, but not quite able to find the lane to do it. X here with 3 seconds remaining, finds Brutal, topside point. Gonna leave that one go, and that's the end of the first period of action. New Jersey Noobs in the lead, 5-1. And a good match at that. A lot of goals. A crowd pleaser, some might even say. The stat card's even until you get to the very top. And it's just been offense. Offense and offense for the New Jersey Noobs so far in this match. 8 shots on target. 3 of them have been saved. We'll see how this one progresses as we move into the second period of action. 5-1. New Jersey in the lead. New Jersey will be on the left side. West Virginia on the right. As the puck is dropped, the game is on. Valo along the near side board, trying to break this one through against Brutal. Brutal knocking it loose. Jabu, top side, Fish here returned back down to the near side corner. Jabu up against Brutal. Jabu towards the top side, off the forehand. Looking to pan this one out into the offensive zone. Goes off Fish's pass intended for Valo. Brutal getting in the way of that one. As this one's thrown down into the New Jersey end. Fatchix finds his way towards X. Valo here with a pickoff off the backhand. Not quite able to beat out X. Jabu here with the backhand shot. Nice save by Fatchix between the hash marks. Taking this one out and around town. Fakes out Valo. Off the backhand hits Fish between the eyes. Brutal here with a pickup. Goes off Jabu back behind the West Virginia netting. As X getting a hand on this one, looking to take this one out and around. Nice backhand wraparound, not quite able to find the netting. Jabu, topside, stopped up by Fatchix, brought down low off the backhand. Look for the pass out in front. Maybe the dangle for a wraparound attempt, but Fish not having any of that with a long distance shot just off the near side by a mere foot. Brutal, Jabu, off the near side, off the backhand, looking for the pass towards Valo. Fatchix, Valo just having a conversation out in front of the crease. And that opportunity goes by the wayside. Brutal. Down low in his own corner, able to get this one out of the zone. Fish returning that favor, goes off Brutal. Goes off Jabu, down to the near side, loose. Here's Jabu with possession for the time being, slapped off the stick by Brutal. X finding its way against Jabu, knocked loose. Fish back over to Jabu. Jabu here for the West Virginia Orangutans, looking to take this one out and around. X able to find Brutal. Brutal down low in the offensive zone, stopped up by Jabu off the backhand. Forehand, pass out to Valo. Valo here off the backhand. Nice shot, not quite able to get that one past Fatchix. Fish. As that one was stick-checked out of the defensive end for the New Jersey Noobs. X looking to take it right to the house. Jabu trying to stop him. Down along the near side, it's a 2-on-1 scenario. Noobs having the favorites on the numbers. X goes off into his own defensive end. First man back, going to be Fat Chicks. Sent down near side, being passed over to Brutal. Brutal here off the boards. Hits only Jabu. Jabu off the back end, not quite able to direct traffic towards the netting. Valo, down low. Up against the boards. Brutal, stopping him up, trying to take this one down low. Goes off Valo. Nice defense by X, playing that full 200-foot game, able to get back in time to nullify that scoring chance. Good block by Fat Chicks from a long-distance shot by Jabu. Valo, topside boards, stopped by X, goes over the stick of Jabu. Jabu here, off the forehand, back in, over to Valo. Valo at the point, goes off the hip. Fat Chicks with possession for the New Jersey Noobs. Down the near side, finds its way off Brutal. Down the near side, boards, able to lob it over top. Falapa Fish. X not quite able to tame the beast neither. Jabu goes off Fat Chicks. Into the corner. Jabu trying to get this one out of his own defensive end. Along the topside boards, X keeping this one in the pocket. We're halfway through the match. Shot hitting the far side post. New Jersey Noobs almost able to make it 6-1. Brutal. Allo. Topside boards. The battle continues. Shot on target. Hits the side of the cage. Falapa Fish off the back end. Able to dump this one out of his own defensive end and gives himself some time to breathe. Fat Chicks off the forehand out of his own zone. Hits Jabu at the defensive blue line for the West Virginia Otangs. Here's Brutal down the near side. Stopped up by Jabu off the back end. Thrown out in front. Falapa Fish a swing and a miss at that one. Looking to give the other team a little bit of a cold before the goals start rolling. Brutal. Let go. Fat Chicks down low on the near side boards off the forehand. Knocked loose possibly by lag. Valo trying to make the most of the opportunity along the near side boards. X able to get involved in the mix as well off the back end. Valo there trying to shovel this one down the near side boards. Brutal here with possession. Off the back end. Shot by Valo. Not quite able to find that one towards the twine. Here's Fat Chicks with possession for the boys in pink. Valo stopped up. Jabu here with a hand on this one. I love Fat Chicks down the near side. Able to take this one top side. Brutal. Off the back end, down to the near side boards. Here's Fat Chicks with a bank pass to themselves. Able to get a hand on this one was Valo. X, top side, out of the zone. Jabu here off the forehand, trying to get this one through the defense. Off the far side to the near. Valo here, the bank pass to himself. Off the top of the stick, hands it to Falapa Fish on the platter. And that's one of the most swaggiest moves I've ever seen in Slapshot. Valo down the near side, stopped up by X at the blue line. Shot off the stick of Valo, but not quite able to find the netting. Jabu here off the backhand, throws this one topside. Falapa Fish topside, able to get this one down low. Jabu here off the backhand, trying to get this one back out around down to the near side. Here's X, looking to give it to them. Goes off the top of the stick of Falapa Fish into the corner. Here's Fat Chicks down low, trying to bring this one out and around town. Off the forehand, backhand, off the hip from X. Shot, scores! What an angle from the boards. A laser sight on the shot. And X, intentional or not, finds himself goal number 6 for the New Jersey Noobs. With 41 seconds remaining in this second period of action, it's been an onslaught from New Jersey. Brutal. Topside board stopped up by Falapa Fish. Falapa Fish trying to break through the defense. Brutal with a nice stick check. Knocked loose. Here's Valo. Valo here off the back end, shooting off the far side, brought down to the near. Jabu out to the point, not quite able to control this one off the first touch. Falapa Fish trying to get this one through. Brutal, 2-on-none, looking for the pass to X, just a little ahead of him on that play. Jabu here off the back end from the and not quite able to get that one through was Brutal. Falapa Fish, top side. Jabu off the back end. Valo had a chance, but not quite able to swing the stick in the right direction. 6 seconds remain here in this second period of action. 5 goals the difference. Down the near side, the board battle continues. Shot to the top side, and that's going to do it for this second period of action. We come to a close at the end of 10, 6-1. A good period from both sides of the ice. A lot of the stats leaning in favor of the West Virginia Orangutans, except the goals and the shots. They held New Jersey to 1 shot that entire period. And if they can keep that up in this third and final period of action, I think they have a decent chance of coming back. But we'll have to just wait and see what happens as this third period is set to get underway. All 6 parties ready to rock, ready to roll. New Jersey on the left and the Orangutans on the right. The puck is dropped in this final period of regulation is underway. Valo, immediate shot off the back end, right into the pouch, into the twine. 5 seconds elapsing off the clock. And one of the fastest goals I've ever seen. West Virginia not going silently into the night. They're not going out without a fight. X not quite able to scoop that one in off the back end as that one sent into the topside corner. Valo here trying to make the most of his opportunities. Goes off Fat Chicks down the near side. Jabu with a good stick check of his own, but Fat Chicks keeps in control. Nice shot deflected wide by Falapa Fish. Brutal off the side of the cage out in front. Fat Chicks stick checked away by Valo. Brutal off the back end, goes off Valo. Falapa Fish left alone topside. Throws this one out of the zone. Shoots. He scores. 44 whopping miles an hour down all 200 foot of ice And the West Virginia Orangutans coming out with 2 big goals to start us off here in the third period of action. 32 seconds elapsing. 2 goals have been had. Brutal looking to take this one back into the socket. With the goal difference down to 3, Jabu looking for that lead pass, takes the first touch down in the offensive zone, thrown back out to the point. Valor looking to take this one topside, stopped up by Brutal. Jabu out through the crowd, looking to get this one towards netting. Fat Chicks here, demanding change. Off the forehand, backhand, stopped up by Floppafish. Jabu snapped loose by Valo. Good shot by Brutal, looking for X's deflection off the forehead, but not quite able to meet that one. Floppafish here dumping this one down into the Otang's offensive end. Jabu here trying to fish this one out off the backside of the cage. Fat Chick trying to keep this one wide, finds its way over to Brutal. That'll send this one down the length of the ice. 3 minute 50 remaining here in this third period of action. Brutal stopped up by Valo. Brutal off Jabu. Valo left alone, trying to get this one topside boards, goes off Jabu. Brutal here taking this one back out. Valo meeting him in the neutral zone, able to back check this one back over to Floppafish. Floppafish down the near side. Brutal here, try to stop this one up. Nice shot, nice block by Floppafish down the near side. Jabu dangles, shoots, scores! And he makes it 4-6. Good stuff by the Orangutans here late in the first. For some reason, I thought this was a series. Good stuff by the Orangutans here in the third and final period of action here in this game here this evening. And I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon. Jabu trying to take this one out. One of the biggest comebacks I think I've seen this season. Might be tonight. Valo on his own blue line. Stuffed by X, and he finds himself a happy camper. Stuffs another granola bar in his backpack. And X, much like his goals column, has plenty to spare. Floppafish, bank pass over to Valo. Valo here off the back end. Forehand stopped up by Fat Chicks. Down low in the corner. Trying to bring this one out and around town. X here off the forehand. Stopped up by Jabu. Nice shot by Fat Chicks. Looking to take this one towards the top side of the ice. Off the back end. Stopped up by Valo. Here's Brutal. Brutal off of Floppafish. Down to the near side. Here's Jabu. Off the tip of the stick. Stopped by X. Nice shot attempt, but not quite able to find its way between the uprights. Brutal down low. Out to Valo. Valo here with a nice interception. Taking this one out the other way, but Fat Chicks finds themselves in possession. X. Floppa. Top side, forehand shot out of his own zone. Brutal here, the first touch on this one. Valo here with the secondary. Top side, here's Floppafish. We'll take this one back down low. Brutal getting the first touch. Valo out in front, finding its way towards Floppafish. Stopped by Valo on that shot attempt. Unfortunate for the Otangs. Jabu, looking for the shot. Hits Fat Chicks back down to the near side point. Here's Jabu, down low, off the back end, thrown out in front, stopped up by X. Floppafish, back to Valo. Valo at his own blue line. X there in hot pursuit of him. Brutal here with a nice opportunity. Puck accidentally slipping off the tip of the stick into the corner. Here's Floppafish with possession for West Virginia. Off the forehand shot, and he finds himself another long-distance goal, and he might just be the sniper of the evening. 5-7. The Orangutans coming back down into it with these nice, decently sized shots. Fat Chicks down low. Floppafish off the backhand. Chips this one over top. Brutal, but Brutal sticks with that one like a sticky note onto the fridge with a magnet. Valo stopped up. Brutal. Stopped up by Floppafish. Back over to Fat Chicks off the backhand. Stopped up by Floppa. Jabu knocked loose by X over to Valo. Valo here down the near side. Banks this one off the boards. Brutal off Jabu. Over to Valo. Finds Floppa off the backhand. Stopped by Brutal. Brutal down low off the backhand. Looks for the netting. Just hits this one down near side a little bit too far. Jabu here with the dump out. Goes off Floppa. Here's Fat Chicks down low in the Noobs zone. Valo in hot pursuit of this one, forcing down the near side. Fat Chicks here off the forehand pass over to Brutal. Over to X, stopped by Valo. Turned back over to Fat Chicks. Fat Chicks here off the boards. Floppafish back behind his own goal line. Looking to take this one out and around town. Top side. Here's Valo off the backhand. Stopped by Fat Chicks at the red line. Valo tried again. Finding his way through the credit card slot. Jabu, top side. Off Brutal. Back down to Floppafish. Floppafish top side. Finds Jabu off the tip of the stick. Brutal here with a shot. Nice save by Floppafish out at the point. Good save by Jabu. Taking that one off the top of the dome. Valo, Fat Chicks down the near side. Off the forehand shot, blocked away by Floppafish. Off the forehand top side. Jabu here off the bounce. Finds his way. Shot, not quite able to find the target. Brutal, down low. Off the back end, looking top side. Gets this one over to X. X here off the forehand, down low. Able to find his way to I Love Fat Chicks. Fat Chicks down low. Valo stopping him up at the near side boards. X trying to get this one through the traffic. Just trying to jam its way through. Good shot by Brutal and a beautiful save by Floppa. Finds his way to the hands of Jabu. Thrown down low. Nice save by Fat Chicks from the shot from Valo. Floppafish trying to get this one down low. Trying to get into the nitty gritty of it off the back end. Able to send this one topside. Fat Chicks here with a nice dump down. With 24 seconds remaining. And 2 goals the difference. West Virginia trying to start this breakout here sooner rather than later. Good save by Floppafish. Fat Chicks able to jam that one through the defense, but not quite able to find the net at the end of the rainbow. X here with an opportunity off the back end, taking this one back out to the blue line. Nice save by Valor. Valor here with a dump in, gets this one down low. Brutal keeping this one down behind their own cage. Topside out to Fat Chicks, finding its way to X. Shot scores! And everybody getting into the mix on that one with 2 seconds remaining. It is 8-5. And that's going to be the final nail in the coffin. Looks like New Jersey Noobs are first place in Challenger as we are starting to conclude this one away at the end of week 4. 8-5, the final score. Goal scores of the night, 5 for X, 3 for Fat Chicks. Floppafish with 2, Jabu with 1, and the remainder by Valo. But a good matchup from both sides of the ice. West Virginia playing a very good game. Just the 50-50s and the stick battles not quite going the way they would have liked them to. The Noobs, most prolific for their pressure, and that's what came out big in that matchup here this evening. 8-5. And that's going to conclude the night. Good stuff on both sides of the ice from both of our matchups here this evening in the Challenger Division. But that's going to do it here for the SPL Network. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Darth. Hopefully, we'll see you back here next time, whenever that might be. I might not have a voice tomorrow, so who's to say what might happen? I don't think I've seen anybody more active than JStronics in this chat. So shout out to you.